Hi, Sharon. Are we washing or hanging out? Oh, we're doing both. We're washing and hanging out. My phone battery was completely dead. It took a few minutes for me to get it charged enough to even turn it back on. Think I met myself coming, or maybe I was going, reckon I am lost. Join the crowd. You're not lost. You're right where you need to be. So, what we were talking about before my phone so rudely died on me is I am going, or I did already, start a Facebook group. We are going to start a journaling little club venture. It's not really a club. A club sounds so elementary. But we are going to start an art journaling. I think we're going to do bi-weekly. I don't think we're going to do weekly. Because I don't think I could keep up with weekly. But I'll set up a calendar so that some thought can go into it, so that people will be able to put thought into it more than just, a couple days or spur of the moment. You'll be able to put more thought into that than just, right then and there. I'm going to put a calendar together. It's not going to it's going to be spiritual and religious based. I'm going to do prompts for both with scripture and personal or spiritual base. So it's not going to exclude anybody because of your beliefs. And then we're going to encourage each other to share. So that not only are we exploring our own personal selves, but we're also going to be building each other's confidence up. But also, in order to build confidence, we need to be able to get over the boundaries of sharing our art and building each other up through sharing to get over those barriers. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. I thought my phone was plugged in, but obviously it was not. So I set up the Facebook group. It's very bare right now. But let me give that link to you. And if you guys want to create artwork for it, anything like that, please feel free. Just join. It's set at, what is it set at? Private? I didn't do secret. Because then you wouldn't be able to join. Okay, so Tina just joined. You're welcome, Elise. Yes, it will be a closed. Oh, that's what I was looking at. What kind of a group? Yes, it's closed. It is a closed group. It's not secret, but it's closed. If at any time anybody has any issues with anything within the group, any uncomfortable issues, anything like that. Now, of course, we're not going to get into pettiness or any kind of drama. I don't have drama on my YouTube channel at all. I just don't attract that kind of people at all. But obviously, we want this to be a safe place. So nothing like that would ever be tolerated on any of my social media. And definitely won't start here. So everybody will be safe. But yes, the public will not. You have to be a member in order to see postings. I mean, we definitely don't want to include people, so, I mean, you guys are going to have to, we don't want to not invite people or not allow people to come in, so we'll have to work on some guidelines and stuff. So if anybody is interested in being an administrator and wants to take those reins, definitely let me know. Because we will have to have guidelines. That type of stuff. Kayla, you're in. When you click on it, Kelly, it doesn't take you right to it. This is my third live today, Barbara. My neighbor shut his blind. Thank goodness. Well, Kayla, what I would want the admin, and we probably would need a couple of admins. They would need to be really active on the page. as far as, when people have questions, they would need to monitor to make sure everybody was behaving themselves. We need people to come up with some guidelines, so you'd probably have to research some other groups and kind of base our guidelines and stuff off of some other pages. Get some help that way to write some guidelines and rules and stuff like that. I'll come up with a calendar and some dates and prompts and all of that kind of stuff. But just somebody to kind of manage the page, because I definitely won't have time to do that. The name is Faith Art Unedited. The question my phone went dead on was, hi, Janet. Hi, this and that. Can I use liquid paint for watercoloring? No, Lori, this is a journaling group that we're setting up. This will be a weekly or bi-weekly journaling group. Can I use liquid paint for watercoloring? Well, Barbara, are you talking about a liquid watercoloring paint, or are you talking about acrylic paint? No problem, Lori. We are setting up a weekly or bi-weekly. We are just now working out the details of our journaling group, but we would really like for you to join. It will be a self-exploration journaling group through spiritual or religious, not necessarily spiritual, not necessarily religious, but self-exploration prompts. I'm going to make up a calendar with prompts, and then you will take what you will from those prompts, and we will journal from that. And we will share them and discuss them on our Facebook page. It's a closed Facebook page, so that means that you have to be a member of the page to see what is posted there. Public will not be able to see what is there. Yeah, we're all really excited for it, Lori. I've had the idea, but I just didn't know if there would be enough people interested. Excuse me, you guys. Hi, Tina. Welcome back. Yes, Janet, it will be your own journal. I was just showing everybody that I got this journal at Michael's. It was on their clearance. It's a nice Strathmore. But of course, you can do a smaller journal. You don't even have to do a journal. You could use index cards. Use whatever you've got. You don't even have to get a journal. But this is what made me have the idea that I wanted to start some kind of a journaling club. Or I should just call it a group. But yeah, I mean, you'll have your own journal, whatever you choose to journal in. I've got a couple of journal type things. Like this is another one. This has become more of my no wasted paint. But this is also a journal. I covered it in paper and then I Mod Podged it. But this has a really thick backer board on it. I don't know what kind of paint this was or what kind of journal this was because I covered it, but it was one that I got at Hobby Lobby. But I mean, this is a nice size. I like these kind because let me show you what happens. This is if you're in the market for a journal, obviously. See these kind that are glued together? Well, this is what happens. A lot of times when you're doing journaling, you add layers and you add things to it. And your pages have stuff in it. And there's layers, and if it's glued pages, they start to fall apart. So I don't recommend getting one of these. See, my pages are literally falling out of this book. So I don't recommend one that's glued. This is just a covered notebook. This is a notebook, but if you can get one that has the rings, this is just regular paper, but you know what I mean. Those are definitely better than, like this is just watercolor paint, and then I started just using this one for sketching. But see in these how the pages come out. These are better if you can get the kind with the rings in it. Sorry, my phone shakes when I put things back up on that shelf. So that if you can get one with rings, that's better. But I mean, if you don't want to or don't have the money to buy an actual journal, just use index cards or something like that to create on. You don't have to go get anything special. I just got this because it was on clearance. Oh, you're so welcome, Barbara. Thank you for saying that. I'm so glad. That's what I set out to do, is to just encourage people to try different things. If we can get over that hump of limiting ourselves and to just try new things, our creativity is endless. I know what it's like to put restrictions on ourselves, on myself, just out of fear of not being good enough. And it's so freeing when you're able to let go of that and just to, it's amazing what losing that does to your creativity. It allows you so much freedom when you can lose that, because when you can let go of that, it's amazing what your mind can accomplish. Yep, I like the spiral notebooks. I don't think I'll ever buy one of those other ones unless I plan on pulling the paper out. Well, you guys, if you don't have any more questions, or if there's nothing more that you guys want to talk about, I think that we should probably go ahead and end. So is there any more questions or anything else that we need to discuss? I'm really glad that you all joined today. I'm sorry that my tissue paper didn't work. I don't know what happened to the good old bleeding tissue paper. Crepe paper, I think, might work better. Oh, I'm so glad, Barbara. Yes, get out the paint and get messy. I'm so glad you're not terrified of it anymore. You have a blessed day as well. Well, I'm sorry, I missed your glue question, Lori. Can you ask me again? Glue. What is your glue question? Lori has a glue question. I was asking what type of glue works good for you. I use the Elmer's Craft Bond. This is the only kind of glue that I use. This and that, I was going to address that question with the ATC group because, and it may have been you last night that asked a similar question to that, because, just a minute, I'm trying to get an ink out here. Now that somebody mentioned about antiquing, these to make these darker, now I'm curious. I thought that I had seen a post in the ATC group regarding how they were going to start doing some international trading if people were interested in doing that. So that is a question that I am going to go back to the admins with today and ask them. I'm going to find out if it's a possibility, if people that are international, if they want to start trading, if you guys can, if the international folks, I'm going to let them know that I have some international subscribers, some international friends that would like to join the group. And if you can set up your album, if you're interested in setting up an album, and just, in your album put that you're international, so that when people go to look through your album, they know that if they want to trade with you, that they will be paying that additional postage. And that's all it really is it's an extra cost for postage. So let me find that out, and in my next video that relates to the Facebook group, ATCs, which usually all of my videos relate to ATCs, I will update you on that. Okay? I have that on my to-do list. Oh, Lori. Yeah, because of the humidity. Yeah, I'm in Colorado, so it's dry here. You know, I use wet glue. I know that so many crafters are so into that tape runner stuff, and I just am not. And I don't have anything against it. It's just I don't personally like it. I even went out and bought one of those. I didn't buy the ATG gun thing. But I did buy, I have it here. It's probably in the back of my thing because I don't use it. I don't know, I bought one with my discount coupon thing. And it's okay. I mean, I use it. I used it a couple of times. I just like the wet glue because I like the freedom of being able to move things around. But I tell you that Elmer's Craft Bond, this stuff, it's a lot like the Aleene's. Like if you had to compare this with the Aleene's side by side, I don't think that you would know the difference. This is cheaper. And when I put it into my fine liner bottle, this bottle, you've probably seen me use this. This last time I put glue in here, I did water it down. I did add a little bit of water to the bottom before I added the glue because I needed it to be a little thinner, because you do have to squeeze this quite a bit in order to get the glue out, and I wanted it to thin it down, and it doesn't affect the bond of the glue to thin it down a little bit. But I didn't like pushing so hard, squeezing the bottle so hard to get it out. But this is the only glue that I use. I love it. So give that a try. I don't know about humidity, you know, much. Okay, Teresa. An ATC, Barbara, is an artist trading card. So an artist trading card is just a 2.5 by 3.5 piece of art. It's a canvas. I'm getting my book. That's why I went silent on you. So this is my ATC binder. Let me move these little guys out of the way. So these are ATCs that I've received from others. So you trade them. They're kind of the same idea as baseball cards, baseball trading cards, except for these are artist trading cards. So the artist makes the card, they make all different cards, and we trade them back and forth to each other. We don't sell them to each other, we just trade them one for one. So I pick out one of their cards, they pick out one of my cards, and we mail them to each other, okay? So these are the cards that I've gotten from other artists. So for every card that I've gotten of theirs, I've sent one to them. So these are all the cards that I've collected from other people. Okay, now these are my cards. These are the cards that I've made. Now most of these have already been traded. I just need to get them mailed out. Okay, so on the back of my cards, I put my information. So when I make my cards, I'll make multiple cards. So like this card right here, I've already mailed. That's why it's missing. But I made 5 of this card, right? So on the back here, I'll put the information. I'll put my name. I always put my state, my country. I name my cards, so this card just happened to be Believer, and then I number them. I put the date that I made it, and like this one, I put artist credit. I didn't draw this picture, so I put the artist that did. Okay, I do that with all of them. So these are all of the cards that I've done. Cards that I've done. Now, like I said, most of these have been traded. I just need to get them mailed. So they're just little pieces of art that we trade back. We trade with each other. Okay, does that help? I like them because they're, for one thing, they're incredibly joyful to make. Like, they're just little pieces of art, so you can make so many of them. So I'm always making them. Because you can produce so many different ones, and they're just satisfying. They're just like so satisfying to make because you can produce so many. But the thing is with ATCs is you make them and you give them away, and then you get to collect other people's art for them. So there's just like so much satisfaction in them. These bottles, I got them on Amazon. I can give you the link really quick. You're welcome, Barbara. So next Saturday, oh, my nose. I was thinking about altering some clothespins. Would